Back in 1950, the Maracana Stadium in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, attracted the biggest audience ever at a sports match at an incredible 199,000 people during the last match of the 1950 Football World Cup. Though an audience of this magnitude is incredible with today's security requirements, the world's biggest sports events still attract absolutely massive audiences, and having a huge stadium for these events can be both a goldmine and an object of prestige, which is why the most famous clubs and associations have been building ever larger and ever more modern stadiums. Even Real Madrid and FC Barcelona plan on expanding their already massive stadiums. We are really looking forward to how their new football palaces will look like. With how famous different sports are basically all over the planet, what is the biggest stadium in the world as of 2020? Keep watching to find out. As a quick notice, we have chosen to include only the biggest college football stadium in the US in our list, since otherwise 8 of the 10 largest stadiums in the world would be college football stadiums. I think that would make for quite a boring list. Also, we will include a chart for an easier comparison at the very end of this video. Make sure to keep watching until then. If you like the video, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can see future videos. We will keep uploading videos about interesting facts in the world of business. Number 10. The Estadio Azteca in Mexico City. Built for the football tournament of the 1968 Summer Olympics, the current capacity of the biggest stadium in Mexico is 87,000 people, though in the past the stadium had reached a maximum audience of 120,000 people during the 1968 World Cup match between Mexico and Brazil. Being the first stadium ever to host 2 FIFA World Cup finals, the Azteca is the stadium in which both Pelé and Maradona lifted the World Cup trophy for the last time in 1970 and in 1986 respectively. As of today, the stadium is home to Club America, Cruz Azul and the Mexico national football team. If we ever go to Mexico, we will make sure to visit this historic stadium. Number 9. The Bukit Jalil National Stadium in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. As only the 3rd biggest stadium in Asia, the Bukit Jalil National Stadium has a total capacity of 87,400 people. The stadium was built for the 1998 Commonwealth Games and later also served as the main stadium for the 2001 Southeast Asian Games, the 2008 Asian University Games and more. Today, the Bukit Jalil National Stadium is the home stadium of the Malaysia national football team. Since it is not being used by any Malaysian football club, this stadium is regularly used during Asia tours of European clubs and for music concerts. For example, the likes of Linkin Park, Ed Sheeran, Kelly Clarkson, Paramore and more already held concerts in this venue. Number 8. The legendary Wembley Stadium in London, UK. This absolutely massive stadium was finished in 2007. Time really flies. I could have sworn that it was finished a mere 5 or 6 years ago. Anyway, as the biggest stadium in England, the Wembley has a maximum capacity of 90,000 for football matches. The Wembley Stadium is the official stadium of the English national team. Besides that, it had been used by the Tottenham Hotspurs from 2016 until 2019 as their new stadium was in the process of being built. However, since the very expensive Wembley is usually only being used a few times a year by the English national team, its construction has constantly been criticized by many. Number 7. The FNB Stadium in Johannesburg, South Africa. This stadium was built as the crown of the 2010 FIFA World Cup and it definitely fulfilled its mission. As Africa's biggest stadium with a capacity of 95,000 people, we saw a great final at this venue at the 2010 World Cup, in which Spain beat the Netherlands. Most of you will probably remember this tournament from the constant vuvuzela noises. Apart from this stadium is the home ground of the Kaizer Chiefs, which are basically the Bayern Munich of South Africa. Furthermore, the venue is regularly being used for concerts. The likes of U2, Coldplay, Linkin Park, Lady Gaga, Justin Bieber, Rihanna and more already played at the FNB Stadium. Number 6. The Camp Nou in Barcelona, Spain. This massive venue is the home ground of FC Barcelona. Already finished in 1957, the Camp Nou is the largest stadium in Europe at a current capacity of 99,000, though it had reached a record attendance of 120,000 in 1986, when security requirements were much lower. Ever since 2007, the club had planned to increase the capacity to 105,000 and to add a roof, but the financial crisis of 2008 and internal club politics have prevented an expansion. Once again, an expansion of the legendary Camp Nou is expected to start by summer 2020 and complete in 2024. However, somehow I doubt that it will go along as planned. The sketches of the Camp Nou after the expansion look great though, I'll give them that. Number 5. The Melbourne Cricket Ground in Melbourne, Australia. At a total capacity of 100,000, who would have thought that Australia has a bigger stadium than all of Europe, South America and Africa. Already built in 1853, the cricket stadium has experienced several expansions ever since its initial completion. Today, the stadium is the home ground of football clubs Melbourne FC, Richmond FC, Collingwood FC, Hawthorn FC and Carlton FC, as well as the Australian cricket national team, the Victoria cricket team and the Melbourne Stars men and women team. I wonder how they managed to fit 9 different teams in one stadium. They must have matches almost every day. Number 4. The AT&T Stadium and formerly Cowboy Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Though the normal matchday capacity of this massive football palace is only 80,000, the capacity can be increased to 105,000 for special matches. This huge and modern venue really makes you awe. Fun fact, the AT&T Stadium has a giant screen hanging from its roof that was the biggest HD TV screen in the world at the time of its installation. Ever since its construction had been finished in 2009, this stadium has been the home to the Dallas Cowboys, who are also the most valuable sports team in the world as of 2020. If you want to know more about the biggest sports teams, check out our video about the topic. Number 3. Michigan Stadium in Ann Arbor, Michigan. With a current capacity of 107,000, the Michigan Stadium is the biggest stadium outside of Asia. Who would have thought that a college football stadium would be the biggest stadium in America and the Western world? Owned and operated by the University of Michigan, the venue is the home ground of the Michigan Wolverines football team, as well as the Michigan Wolverines men's and women's lacrosse teams. The stadium is almost always full too. That is really impressive. Besides sports, the stadium has also been used for the University of Michigan's main graduation ceremonies, and President Lyndon B. Johnson held a famous speech at the place in 1964. Number 2. The Motera Stadium in Ahmedabad, India. At a total capacity of 110,000 people, the Motera Stadium is by far the biggest stadium in India. Ever since it has been finished in 1983, it is mainly being used by the Indian cricket team and the Gujarat cricket team. In 2015, the venue was closed and demolished before being rebuilt completely by February 2020. It has only had its massive capacity since then. The stadium famously hosted the opening of Namaste Trump, the inaugural visit of US President Donald Trump in February 2020, shortly after the stadium's opening. Due to COVID-19, it will probably be quite a while before the stadium can be used to its full capacity again. And finally, number 1. Rongrado 1st of May Stadium in Pyongyang, North Korea. Dictators love their great prestige buildings, and due to this, the biggest stadium in the world happens to be in North Korea. Opened on the 1st of May in 1989, the 1st of May Stadium has a total capacity of 114,000. The story behind the stadium is quite funny. After South Korea had been awarded the 1988 Summer Olympics, North Korea doubled down its efforts to present itself as the legitimate Korean state and initiated a number of massive construction projects. The 1st of May Stadium was one of the projects. Today, the venue is mostly being used for massive festivals and gymnastic performances. Among others, the stadium regularly holds the Arirang Festival. Its 2007 edition was recognized by the Guinness Book of Records as the largest gymnastics display ever, with 100,000 participants. If you want to know more about North Korea's leading family around Kim Jong-un and his sister Kim Yo-jong, check out our video about the topic. Thank you for watching our video. As promised, you can now see the chart that compares the 10 most valuable sports teams in the world as of 2020. If you like the video, please subscribe to our channel and push the bell button so that you can see future videos. Also, feel free to tell us in the comments about your favorite stadium. Do you agree with the list, or should your favorite stadium be ranked higher? Let us know. Also, if you have any ideas for future videos, feel free to share that in the comments as well. We want to keep creating content that amuses and educates our viewers.